With the state of today's economy, it's more important than ever to invest in products that last for years to come. As the seasons shift and get cooler, make sure your closet is stocked with durable layers that stand the test of time from American Giant. American Giant's clothes work harder and are wearable season after season. Their greatest hoodie ever made is made from the highest quality materials that are cut and sewn right here in the United States. So you're investing right back in your local community. Choosing American Giant means taking a stand for American manufacturing and hardworking Americans, something other mega corporations don't care about. From fleece to knit, all in a range of colors for versatile daily wear, American Giant delivers everyday pieces designed for everyday life. Feel the difference of quality, made-to-last clothes from American Giant. Get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20 at american-giant.com. That's 20% off your first order at american-giant.com with code STAPLE20.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Welcome to the Backpack English Podcast. We are a family-friendly show called Tips and Tales with a sense of humor. With me today is a voice from the past, a man known to our show as Villain Jesse.
I'm back, Carl. For too long you've gotten away without me here to hold your feet to the fire. For too long you haven't had somebody challenge you and grade you on your podcast hosting skills. I'm here for the people.
Are you going to grade me on my hosting skills?
And your backpacking skills. I guess probably backpacking would be more relatable.
Yeah, you can do both. Wait, too long or not long enough is the question.
2. You've got a 2 out of 10 so far, Carl. Pick it up.
All right. That's probably accurate, actually. All right. So it has been a long time, and our show is not as good without you being on here. So, but people, since then, people have joined our show. So how did you get your name? What's this all about? Villain Jesse.
Do you know, it started with me. I think I'd sent you some sort of a voice message or a text message or something after a podcast I had listened to.
Yeah.
And then at some point I called you the godfather of backpacking because I was mocking you for how controlling you were of making sure everyone brought all the right things, and you had these lists and strategies of like, you gotta bring the Jetboil, you've gotta bring the this, and you've gotta bring the that. And you're like just this controlling figure. And and so I sent you that, and then you guys had me on the podcast. I think like the next week or something, you asked me if I wanted to pop in, and I popped in with you and Derek, and Villain Jesse ever since, here to
Villain Jesse. That's hilarious.
Hold your feet to the fire.
Villain Jesse, just so you guys know, he's one of the smartest people that I know, straight up. And 90% of his interpretations and analysis are pretty accurate, but the 10% is not only off, it's like way off, like not even close. And so, I mean, when I think of controlling, I just think of our last couple Patreon trips where people are like, yeah, how far is it to camp? I'm like, I don't know. Like, ask this other guy who's been mapping out step by step. And so...
Yeah, except for when we went backpacking and you were like, hey, Jesse, how far are we to camp? And I was like, yeah, it's probably like 1 or 2 kilometers because that's just basically what my app says. And you were like, it's 5 kilometers. And you were like so exhausted. And that was just part of the plan, just part of my plan to put you through the gears, to, villainous plan.
Right.
I told you there wasn't going to be snow. There was snow. Hey, Villain Jesse.
This is what you said. This is the conversation we had. Was I was trying to gauge like what to bring. And I said, look, in the Colorado Rockies, we can have days which are just cold soaker days in the mountains. They typically happen in June, not in late July, but it's possible. We don't have those days like strung together back to back, but we could have one of those days. I was like, is it like that in Canada? And you're like, oh yeah, exactly the same. I was like, okay. And then it was like the first 2.5 days were just soaker days, and it was not accurate at all.
No. I remember that conversation as you saying, like, you basically wanted like a weather forecast of what the Rockies was going to be like 3 months before you came in. And I said, like, it's the Rockies. Like, literally anything can happen. Generally speaking, the end of July is a good time to go backpacking. That's when most people go backpacking. Yeah. But I like literally said, I can't guarantee anything. Yeah. And then you come and you're like, whoa, you told me it wasn't going to be like this. It was going to be perfect. You gave me a weather forecast like 3 months ago.
There have been trips to the South Pole that were warmer than that trip, but that's beside the point.
If you come to Canada, you got to expect to be cold, my friend.
I'm sure that trip's going to be referenced because so many things happened on that trip that were interesting. Okay, but that's not what this episode's about. We're happy to have you back. We've got 2025's top luxury items for elite backpackers only.
Pros. Only the pros.
Yeah, pros. So let's get to that question. Like, what's an elite or a professional backpacker?
Somebody who thinks really highly of themselves.
Correct.
Yeah. I remember somebody saying in a comment, sorry, that's totally the opposite of what you want to hear, but I remember somebody saying, he's like, just a reminder to anyone who thinks they're a professional backpacker, what we do is walk. We're just walkers.
It's so much more than that, especially if you're guiding a trip. Are you serious?
No, it's true.
You got to manage so much stuff going on, especially behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I get the basic core of that. So I think that, like, I don't know, an elite backpacker is obviously somebody with experience, but if you're in like the gear refining process, or you actually go backpacking a few times a year, or like if you've been on a Patreon trip, I'm going to count you as an elite backpacker. How about that?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, you went low standard, and then you went really low. A Patreon, so they could just pay you some money and they're all an elite. Yeah. No, I'm just joking.
That's how you endear yourself to everybody out there is by making fun of them, making fun of the people that have been that actually go backpacking. We have people that are like, they listen to our show before they've actually started their backpacking career, which is awesome. But people that have actually gone backpacking, I think, kudos to you.
I am all about the beginners getting backpacking. I think that's cute. That's huge. I do think what sets apart an average backpacker from an elite backpacker, somebody who would say they're an elite or an experienced backpacker, is if you've had the ability to actually test gear. And when I say that, I mean test different types of gear. You haven't just bought your first sleeping pad and slept on it and said it's the best thing ever. You've tested 4, 5, 6 different sleeping pads. You have an idea of how those different sleeping pads affect. So that helps you when you're looking at gear. Even if you haven't tested it, you have some ability to say, hey, I can recognize the pros and cons because I've tested different tents. I've tested different sleep systems. I've tested, don't get too big for anyone's britches. But I think that's kind of what I would say sets apart someone who has a little bit more experience in the field.
Well, so when you say test, you're talking about like people that actually will take a backpack and wear it around their outdoor store for 10 minutes. Like that's a test, right?
Well, no, that's no, not quite. Yeah. It's like somebody who wears leggings from Lululemons around downtown Edmonton or downtown Colorado and count themselves as an elite backpacker.
All that to say that I agree with the testing thing. Like how somebody tests it. I mean, how I test it's gonna be very different than how you test it. For me, I'm like, yeah, it's probably good enough. For you, you're like, this has 3% more cushion than the other item, and that's fine too. So we're going to have different takes on things for sure. But I think that this is helpful for folks who are deciding what luxury items they want to bring along or if they're in the refining process. But I guess people that I would say are not elite backpackers are people that are just chucking things in their pack without any sort of plan.
Or just going straight to the big box store employee and saying, hey, what do I need for next weekend's trip that I'm going on? And they just get the recommendations and take it.
Right.
When you have that kind of perspective where you're looking at gear from an analytical perspective, I think that's kind of starting to set you in that elite or performance. You're paying attention to performance, and that's kind of what sets you apart.
The flip side of that is you're going to the big box store, you're going up to the employees come up to you and they're like, hey, what can I help you with? And you tell them to go away because you know more than them. That's the elite backpacker, right?
Again, people who think a little too highly of themselves.
Right. That's elite backpackers. Luxury item. What's your definition of a luxury item?
Ooh, yeah. Luxury item is something that you do not need, but that you prefer or want, or it's an upgrade from something that would be a lower or lighter or less pleasant option.
I agree with that. I would also add it could be a price upgrade. So you could get something that's cheaper, but you're getting a better version of it, lighter version of it, whatever, for a price upgrade.
Cheaper. I mean, usually lighter and better is usually more expensive.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's a price upgrade, so you're spending more. That's why it's luxury.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. So we got that. So in a moment here, and then since Villain Jesse hasn't been on the show for a while, I'm going to put him through the lightning round today. I'm excited for that.
I got to beat what, 10? 10 is the goal? I got to beat 10.
I think 10 for this season, yeah. 10, if you can beat 10, that's great, yeah. I don't even know if I have 10 questions prepared, so hopefully I get to that. I over-prepare the questions, and then they always get fewer than I think, so we'll see. Our Bible verse of the episode is Proverbs 21:17. Indulging in luxuries, wine, and rich food will never make you wealthy. Jesse, is this true for backpacking?
Yeah, totally. I would rather somebody get out there and experience backpacking, even if it's not luxurious, rather than waiting till they get all the right gear, all the perfect things, all the best stuff, and go out there. The journey is important. What about you?
No, I agree. And I think that, so for me, when I think of like indulging, I think of, in terms of backpacking, I think of like they're loading up their gear closet, but they're not really using their gear. So I think of people that are actually, I would call them imposter backpackers. So that's what
I was going to say they need to be named. I was going to say, there's the armchair backpacker, but that's like the closet backpacker, the imposter backpacker. I like that. It's just,
I actually have a whole list of people that I would count as imposter backpackers. So I would do an episode on that, but I don't know if that's offensive to some people.
And Carl will grade every single one of them and make you all feel bad about yourselves.
If you're co-hosting, you got to do this. You got to come up with ideas too. So okay. I'll grade your ideas.
Hey, I'm giving you some ideas. We'll get to those in future episodes.
Okay. All right, so this episode is brought to you by Enlightened Equipment. Get the best quality ultralight gear at enlightenedequipment.com. Let's jump in, my friend. Number one on your list, luxury item, 2025 top item. What you got?
Luxury item, I think this has been the year of the inflators. I think they have just, like, inflators have existed before 2025, but they've really hit, like, this mainstream and, like, hyper elite focused inflators. So you got the Aerogogo, you got the Alpenblow, and just recently I found out about the Turbo Bean, which is, like, for inflating, like, pack rafts and even more, like, items that need a higher pressure. And so, yeah, these are do you need them? No, you don't need an inflator. I remember like Dan Becker, calling out Dan Becker. He's always like, everyone's least favorite chore when they get to camp is inflating their sleeping pad. I'm like, really? Yeah. Really? Like inflating your sleep? Like it's that bad that you need to get something to do it for you? I mean, I don't know. I
asked him that on our show. I just said, are you so exhausted when you get to camp that the thought of inflating your pad is like just too much? He's like, yeah, I hate that chore. And I was like, all right, well, if you hate it, you hate it.
Yeah. I mean, in his defense, I also bring a pad inflator. So, like, I do it even when I was on my through hike. I used one of those, like, inflator bags because it is nice to use. So
that's different. That doesn't require battery. That's way different. I don't know.
Weight-wise, though, compared to the Alpenblow, it's actually the Alpenblow's lighter.
It is. Not really, though. Like, it's lighter than the bag, but when you count the battery power and the battery weight that accounts for that, then it's not, in my opinion.
I mean, how much does electricity weigh, Carl? I mean, if you're gonna let's get the physicists in. If you're gonna bring a battery anyways, and assuming you're not on a long trail where you're gonna use up that entire battery, you have spare electricity in your battery pack.
Maybe, yeah.
Might as well use it.
I don't know I don't know that I always have spare, but I know what you're saying. But okay, so then just to clarify though, so you've brought these, I've brought these, I'd no longer bring them. So for me, in my opinion, I know it's a top luxury item that's purchased, but is it a top luxury item that's actually like warranted or that people should have?
See, this is the thing. I love calling people out, and then I myself have to be honest about this. So I have the flex tail pumps, and I've never taken those backpacking. But like I said, I do use an inflator pump bag, so I do cheat, and I definitely have included the Aerogogo or the Alpenblow on my Christmas wish list this year because they're lighter than my inflator bag. And so I'm like, well, I already use one of these. I might as well use one of the new gadgets. And they're cool. They're cool. Do I need it? Is it luxury? Is it spoiling myself? Sure, but I still want one.
Is the Aerogogo a masculine name?
No. And I hear people pronouncing it airy go-go, which sounds even less. It's an Aero. It's not even the Aero go-go. It's Aero go-go Max Air, I think. But it's just a really bad name. They just need to come.
But if I'm like, hey, what you got over there, Jesse? And you're like, I got the Aero go-go.
Wake me up before you go. Like, it's like,
are you proud to say that?
No, but the Alpenglow, I like that. That's a good play on Alpenglow. You're always waiting for the Alpenglow and the Alpenglow.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That's great product.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm always picky with the names. I'm just picky. No, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? The Aero Go-Go
in terms of a name?
Yeah,
-1.
Okay, but okay, what do you call when somebody, if you're using like one of those bag inflators to inflate your pad? What are you saying? You're like, oh hey, I'm over there with my
inflation bag.
That sounds like a piece of medical equipment.
I didn't even bring that. Like when I was on the collegiate loop this year, I skimped on everything. I skipped on stuff sacks. I skipped on like packaging from freeze-dried meals. So I'm not bringing an inflation bag. And after 10 days of inflating it by mouth, it did not bother me. I was fine.
Luxury, Carl.
I know. I'm just telling you that wouldn't make my list. I'm going to tell you one that does make my list. And by the way, just to clarify what I mean by 2025's top luxury items, what I mean is these might have come out in 2025, but they may not. They might just be better than anything that's come out since then, and they're still the top in their category. So I'm going to start off.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with this is one that's been out for a while, and this is just a pile of stuff right here because I don't put it inside the stuff sack. This is the Helinox Chair Zero. Mm-hmm. So I've tried lots of different chairs out there, and this is the one that's like the lightest for the comfort. The most comfortable one I've ever used is like a $40 Amazon chair, which was 2.5 pounds, like way too much. But of all the backpacking chairs, the Helinox chairs I think it hits 2 luxury categories. It hits I don't bring a chair on trips where I'm trying to go ultra light, so that's a luxury to have the chair. Yep. It also hits the category of like cost because they're now, at least like right now, in America, $140, which is crazy.
They're way more affordable. I feel like they've totally come down in price.
They've come down in price? In Canada?
Well, no, sorry. I guess when I was looking at some chairs a while ago, and I remember them being like 200, 240. Really? Yeah. I mean, maybe that's Canadian prices. I should search now. I'm curious what it is in Canadian prices.
Maybe the tariffs have brought them down in prices. That makes sense.
No, that would be the opposite.
I know.
Yeah.
I was being ironical.
Well, so you feel like they've gotten more expensive?
I haven't bought mine in a long time, but I feel like when they came out, they were like $100.
Okay, maybe. See. Here's the thing. I'll admit here. I have always been against the chair. I have always thought the chair was the stupidest and heaviest luxury item
you're offending people right now.
No, hey, I get that. And and I have been adamant on that. I thought you guys were all crazy. You remember on our backpacking trip? You guys all had your chairs and I had my little like sit pad. I was like, this is all I need. That's totally fine. I'm going to admit that backpacking trip, it ruined me for chairs because it was cold, miserable, and you guys looked so comfortable. And
we're not comfortable. It's just freezing outside.
And then I also remember our podcast with Justin Outdoors on the mountain, and we were sitting in the chairs. And I didn't realize that changed everything until this summer. I was backpacking and I was with a buddy, and he was like, I don't understand why people bring chairs. We're sitting on the ground eating our lunch, beautiful views. He's like, I don't understand why people bring chairs. This is totally fine. I'm just sitting here by myself. And I started defending chairs. I said, yeah, but you can't stretch out your legs. You're not leaning back in a chair.
Right.
And all of a sudden I started realizing I wish I had a chair right now. Right. And it was the first time I've ever defended the dumb things. And so it's the first time in my life where I'm like, maybe I'm getting old, Carl, but I am ready to say a chair is a luxury item that I think I want. So
okay,
I actually agree with your selection.
Yeah, I don't. And again, like I've been in arguments with chairs for like the last couple months because people are like, the chair is not a luxury item; it's an essential item. I can't get through a trip without the chair. And if that's true for you, bring the chair. It's not stinking an essential item. I don't want to keep arguing that. I still bring the chair. I don't bring it on every trip.
Yeah.
And if I do bring a chair, I bring this one. I'll tell you the worst one by far is the REI chair. That one, just the way that it's set up, like you just sink into a pit and it's just like gonna tighten your hips up, and it just, I don't know, it's not very comfortable. So it's a little bit less expensive, but I think it's the worst one on the market.
Well, I appreciate hearing this feedback because I gotta update my Christmas wish list then and put the right chair out. Chair Zero.
Chair. That's my opinion. All right, what's your next one?
The next one is something that's really changed, and it's I'm stretching the luxury term because people are going to say that's not luxury, it's essential. But it's an upgrade to something that has been just standard in backpacking and through hiking for the past 5, 6, 7 years. And that is the upgrade with the Migo water bottle and the Canuck through bottle.
Okay.
Are they luxury? Well, it's water. It's essential. But I think the difference is when there's something that is so much lighter out there, which is the smart water bottle, and that's what everyone has been doing, more and more people are starting to decide, do I want to upgrade my water bottle to Amigo? Do I want to upgrade it to the through bottle? Have something a little bit more durable. Have something that maybe has a little bit less microplastic. Sure, I'm going to be taking something that's heavier, but I want those luxuries, those benefits, rather than the downsides of the others. So a little bit of a stretch, but that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you a thumbs up on this one because I'm not a water bottle expert. I just bring the smart water bottle, the basic one, and I noticed on YouTube that if somebody puts out a video on water bottles, here's the latest, greatest water bottle, here's why this water bottle is better than the other water bottle, they get a ton of hits. So people are all in on the water bottles. I don't ever click on those videos, I'll be honest, and so I'm just gonna say, sure.
Does it not like slightly, with all the like microplastics and everything that's out there now, does it not like slightly make you question as you're drinking out of your smart water bottle every time you drink it, or like crush it or drink from it, or it's sitting in the sun all day, that you're like, I wonder if that's the healthiest option for me? I know it has for me, and that's why I'll be adding one of these bottles to my pack list going forward.
Here's what I'll tell you that I got worried about. This is last summer in Colorado. So we hit this, I don't know, it was like a kind of a backcountry primitive campground. You could drive in there and stuff, but it was kind of like a stopping point, but they didn't have potable water there. But they did have a stream going through, and so we filtered the water out of the stream. And then we proceeded to hike through the campground, and then we hiked up this ridge so you could see the valley beyond, like where it was. And when I looked back at the kind of the far end of the valley, I saw like higher elevation at the top end of the valley. I saw like a primitive ranch. And I was like... The water came from that direction. What's in the water? Is there fertilizer? Are they, it didn't look like they had crops there, but I don't know what they, like, they had grass. I don't know if it's natural grass because I was so far, away. And so I dumped that water out. That's what concerned me. I don't want fertilizer stuff.
Yeah, and that's taking it to the next level. I'm going to forget just a smart water bottle replacement. I mean, there's now, of course, there's the Grail has been around for a while, but more and more backpackers. Darwin just released a video of him saying that he brings the Grail more and more nowadays, which is an actual purifier. So it will get rid of fertilizer. It will get rid of those things. And I think people are becoming so much more conscious about these things, whereas before, like, our grandfathers were just drinking out of that stream. Forget about pouring it out. They just drank right out of it. I mean, they didn't have the fertilizers and all these things. So
they didn't have the same stuff.
It's just a change. Anyway, so maybe it's a stretch, but that's what I've got on my.
I just feel like you're just not going to get away from microplastics. Is like the short answer. So maybe that's naive on my part, but I just feel like they're everywhere at this point. So okay, that's a good one. All right, I like that one. Next one I've got is, let's bring it right here. You're gonna be impressed with this setup right here.
Oh,
this is the Thermarest Neo Loft Pad. And if you're wondering why it's only half put back into the stuff sack,
it's because you sleep on it every night. That's your bed.
It's right. It's better than my actual mattress. When I set up the promo for this episode, it was cold outside, and then I was like trying to stuff it in the bag. I'm like, I gotta get out of here, and I gotta go to the bathroom. And so I was like, forget it. I'm just stuffing it in, and then. I don't know. I'm pretty good at stuffing the pads back in their stuff sacks, but
shove it
in a hurry, man. You just want to shove it in there and not use it at all.
Do you bring a stuff sack when for your sleeping pads on the trail?
I don't. I do this. The stuff sacks more for storage. I don't bring them for the trail anymore. Do you?
Yeah. No. Okay. I just.
That's an easy. That's an easy no, and that's actually like that. I think is the most annoying chore is putting the sleeping pad back inside the stuff sack, especially in the morning when you're just like waking up and you got to really be on point to get it in there. Like that's an easy thing to skip.
You want to hear controversial? I don't even put my tent in its stuff sack anymore. I just shove that in there too. I mean, mine's a trekking pole tent, a Durston X-Mid, one of the original ones.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean,
no, I don't bring. No, I'm with you. I don't bring stuff sacks. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's tough when it's wet. You gotta kind of finagle putting that on the outside of the pack so they can dry out. But. Yep. All right, so that's the Thermarest Neo Loft Pad. So that's the one that's like super thick, super heavy. They say it's about the size of a Nalgene bottle. It's not. It's bigger than that. It's like absolutely a luxury item. And we we did a full like review on it earlier this season, so I'm not gonna do another full review on it. But if you're looking for like a super comfy pad, or if you're bringing somebody with you that is not totally sure they're gonna love backpacking, you want to make sure they have a comfortable night's sleep. That is, I would say, step one in making sure they have a comfortable night's sleep. Like, that is the most comfortable pad that I own. It does not come on every trip, but if it's a lower mileage trip and I think I can manage it, it's coming.
Yeah, I had, in general, comfy sleeping pads as the luxury item that I think is another one of those 2025, maybe started in 2024 kind of movements where people are going extra comfy. I upgraded my sleeping pad this year to the, and I wish I would have waited. I wish I would have waited a little bit. Not saying anything bad about them, but the Outdoor Vitals Oblivion pad, because I wanted something a little bit more comfy. And Justin Outdoors had lent me his on our trip, actually, when we did that. Anyways, and it was super comfy. And I was like, I want more comfort. And then the Neo Air Neo Loft came out, and I was like, I should have got that. Anything with that stretchy, comfy material on the top looks so good.
It's great. Yeah, and we've gotten with folks that, like, they've invested in that pad, and now for them, it comes on every trip. So, like, it's not even an issue. Now, with the thickness, it does, and if you are going to try to skimp in other areas like the pump or the inflation bag, then it's going to take a little bit to inflate, a little bit longer. Not forever, but it does take a little longer for sure. So, all right, next one, what you got?
Yes, and the next one is one that I do not use. So we're talking about elite backpackers. So there are certain people that I look at as that I would say are elite, and yet they not only love these things, they produce these things. So I'm gonna kind of shirk my responsibility onto Devin Ashby from Backcountry Exposure. So he has been producing these ditty bags. Now,
wait a second, are you gonna pump up his bags?
I'm going to pump up his bags because it's not just him. Ditty bags in general. You and I were just talking about whether or not we bring them. We don't.
Right.
And yet I have seen an increasing appeal in the market this year, even on Garage Grown Gear. More and more backpackers who I'd consider ultralight or lean towards ultralight, choosing to get ditty bags, whether it's Backcountry Exposures or whether it's the Dyneema ones. Just more and more people are choosing them, and more backpackers that I respect as experienced backpackers are choosing to have organization in their pack with these ditty bags. So, not a personal choice, but it is something that I have seen as a trend. I would say a 2025 trend
for sure
is towards the ditty bag.
For sure. Okay. Everything that you said is correct, except I would not agree with because they have ditty bags, I respect them, or because they're good backpackers, do I respect them and respect their choices to have ditty bags. I think that the bag trend, we'll talk more about this next year. I think we're going to get into the 2026 trends or things we hope dies. I hope this trend dies. I think this is out of control. I think bag love is out of control.
You have heard it here first, everyone. Carl Mandrioli does not respect you if you bring a ditty bag. He doesn't respect anyone, even if they're experienced backpackers and they bring a ditty bag. Full respect out the window.
That's not it. That's not it. And I've made this clear. People always misinterpret
what
I say.
I'm the villain. I'm the villain.
It's not you bring bags straight. It's bag love that I don't respect. Bag love.
Hey, like I said, but I got to recognize the trend. So that to me is a 2025 luxury item that people are going crazy for.
And so I couldn't put this on my recommendation list because, like I said, I got rid of bags and packaging and saved pounds. Saving one bag, not going to save you pounds, obviously, but all that stuff adds up. So,
personally, I agree.
And we're going to have Devin on, and I'll probably let Devin talk about his bags. Probably have him on 2026 at some point because he's a friend of the show, and I like him a lot, and I'll let him pump up his bags. And if you are in on the bags, you are welcome to disagree with me. And if bags makes your backpacking trip just infinitely more fun, then go for the bags. Go for the bags.
We should both have him on, and since we're both not bag love people, we should have like a versus where he has to defend his very business and livelihood.
Defend his product, like we're gonna bash his product, and he's got to he'd be like, no, but people are buying this.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that's what's really crazy is it's not just him. Even on Garage Grown Gear, many just different brands, different items and bags coming up. So it's a thing. Bag love.
Okay. Yeah, what you're saying is true. I just not.
Yeah. What's your next?
Okay, next one I got is going back to sleep comfort, and this is the pillow that I bring, whether I'm going ultralight or not. This is one of the heavier options out there. This is just massive right here. This is the Trekology camping pillow, and it's not even advertised for backpacking. It's not.
You bring that?
Yeah, and And everybody's jealous.
That's
Everybody's jealous. Yeah. So I bring an oversized pillow. That's my luxury item. I'll bring that ultralight, whatever.
That's a good item.
But it feels like it feels like a home pillow.
Yeah, you just really challenged me because I was like, I could never do that. And then you said everyone's jealous, and I thought, oh man, if I was looking into your tent and I saw you with that pillow, I'd instantly be jealous. Which is how you know it's a good luxury item. When you're out there, you want it. When I'm packing my bag, I don't think I'd want it, but when I'm out there, I'd want it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I don't get jealous over. The only thing I remember ever being like jealous over is when our buddy Rocky goes backpacking. I don't know if he does it anymore, but he used to bring like the full size camping chair. So it wasn't a backpacking chair. It was like the full size, the ones you bring to like the sports games and stuff. And he would just like set it up and then go do like a camp chore. And I was like, dude, that's just sitting there. I'm going and sitting in it. And then I just tell him like, hey, whenever you want to sit in this, let me know. I'm sitting in this until you are ready for it, basically.
That's what we're missing here. We need, forget luxury items for elite backpackers. We need luxury items according to Rocky. Just like the heaviest, most luxurious, insane item.
Rocky will weigh in after we close out today. Rocky's got his own thoughts. So
there we go. We go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's my next one. Do you have any more on your list?
Yeah, so the next thing is something that some people might disagree with me. It's I feel like it's controversial because it's such needless weight, and yet it is something that I have personally brought on my entire through hike, on every trip that I've done since then, and I will continue to do. And I'm encouraging other people to do it as well. And it is to bring a journal. And so this is my journal. This journal was with me on the entire through hike. So it has all my notes. And then I
Wait, can you read through that, the whole
all my details. Dear, today was the day that I was thinking how I was so cold and Carl was being so mean that he wanted a weather forecast 3 months. That's what it says, right? I also bring I bring my Bible as well. So I bring my Bible and my journal, and they've become part of my morning and nighttime routines. And being able to go back and read what was happening in my life, what was happening on the trip. Each trip that I've gone on has been so meaningful and made the trip luxurious, dare I say. It's just been it's really added such a wealth to my experience in backpacking. And so I really encourage it. So much so that I've already got my next one once this one's coming to the end. Yeah. So anyways, that's one of my luxury items as a personal elite backpacker. What about you? Do you do any journaling or any keeping notes or anything like that?
I have, not consistently, but I have on trips. And like there was one trip where I missed having the journal, and then I think I got a hold of a writing utensil, but it was like doing the John Muir Trail where we had like blank backs on the maps. So I used the back of the maps to journal. But yeah, especially when you turn everything off, you start getting thoughts and ideas that, at least I do, that I just like I want to write down or record somehow. So that's a really good suggestion. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done. All right. That's a tough one to follow up with, but here's what I got. Last one is this is not been released to the public. This is still a prototype right here. That this is called the multi-tool glove right here.
Oh yeah, Carl fork and pencil knife hands.
Yeah. So it's like a winter glove. Yeah, fork. It's got the pencil. It's got the screwdriver. It's got the plasticware knife and the apple peeler for sure.
Apple peeler, yes, for the bears or for the Sasquatch, not the bears. So they don't have to chew through that hard, leathery skin. Great idea.
They don't like the skin. I forgot to suggest this one to Lloyd from Garage Going Gear to see if he would be willing to pick it up. So I haven't mass produced it yet, but I am thinking for those that bring some sort of tool or multi-tool and you want something that's kind of easier just to kind of hold in the hand, I'm thinking about putting that one, the prototype, on eBay. What do you think?
Can you? I think you should, and I want you to put that glove on right now. I want to see it on your hand. Yeah, okay. The people want to see it, and the people listening want to know that somebody has seen it. That glove's huge. It's okay. That looks frightening. That's like this is like the Halloween episode now. Like that's just people are gonna have nightmares from that, Carl.
I don't think anything's dangerous on there. But what
plastic? Yeah, the plastic knife.
What would be the starting bid for a glove like that? You think?
Starting bid on eBay. If you included the one and only famous collegiate loot backpacker completer Carl Mandrioli, his utility glove, then maybe it'd get $5. Maybe
$5. Okay, I think shipping costs more than that, so that's not really a good deal.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna take a loss if I put it at $5. All right, so I'll put it on eBay and we'll see how it does.
How much do you think I actually want you to, you're going to actually put it on eBay?
Put the link in the show description.
Do it.
Okay. All right, we'll see how it does. I'll throw on the socials. Just so you guys know, we got a 10-day auction going, and
I'm really curious now. You need to.
we put on a brand new Teton backpack last year, and it went for, I think, half of the price. Like, it was brand new, like unused. It went for half of the price of a brand new unused Teton backpack that was like on their website. So
I'm going to put in one bid for $1 just so that if I win, you have to spend way more in shipping and now tariffs to send it to me. So it's a brilliant villainous move.
I'm setting the minimum price at higher than $1, so don't even think about that. All right, so what do we miss? What's the 2025 top luxury item that we miss? I'm sure we missed some of them. These are just the ones that we like the most, or we've heard about the most, or that make it in our pack. At least they make it in my pack. Sounds like Jesse was pumping up nonsense half the time with the bags.
I was looking up wish list items. Oh, except for the bags.
Okay,
yeah, not
fair.
the bags.
Fair. Oh, I got honorable mention, by the way. This is in my pack for the last few trips. This is for people that are Gen X or older, or just broken down. This is like oversized BioFreeze right here. This is like the roll-on. That got me through some miles for sure.
How much does that weigh? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it probably, I want to say, I don't know how many grams. It probably weighs like 5 ounces.
Well, I'd like to make fun of that, and I was even about to start scoffing at that, but I've also realized that I am getting to be of a certain vintage, and hence I've suggested that I want a chair. I used to think those were crazy. I used to think hiking with trekking poles was crazy, and so maybe one of those days I'm going to bring BioFreeze. Hopefully,
one of the days. Yeah, I don't have to bring it every time, but just it was peace of mind as well. So, all right. So all that to say, what do you guys think? What should we add to this list?
What I want to know is, do you think the fire beaner, Carol? I'll try that again.
You love bringing in Derek references. You love it.
No, that was totally accident. I really am a lot like him. Anyways, what I want to know is, do you think the fire beaner is a true luxury item, Carl? That's what I want to know.
The fire beaner, the one that has the
flick rod. I bring that.
Okay. Yeah, I met the guy that makes that. I think that's a luxury item. I don't know if that's one I'd bring, but it's like a survival item, and most people don't use their survival items, right?
I was expecting more of a reaction from that. I was actually going to go grab that from my backpack and bring it here and be like, "This is the best luxury." It's not, but
Outdoor
I do bring
Element. That's the guy. That's the.
Actually, now that I think about it, I only bring it camping.
Okay,
I don't bring it actually backpack. Anyways,
all right. We got to get to this lightning round, my friend. So
yes, right.
That's coming up.
10 questions.
10 questions, maybe coming up right after this. You know that feeling when you're out on the trail and something goes sideways, a strap breaks, gear jams up, and you realize you can handle it? That's capability, and that's what Case Knives are all about. Case has been building knives the right way for over 100 years, right out of Bradford, Pennsylvania, and they've literally made history. These knives have been to the moon, helped win wars, and spent plenty of weekends in the backcountry. When you carry a Case knife, you're carrying more than a blade. You're carrying confidence, that I got this mindset that turns obstacles into stepping stones. And hey, a Case knife makes the perfect gift for the handy person or adventurer in your life. So make the season a cut above the rest. Unwrap a classic and give the gift of capability with Case Knives. Find your perfect knife at caseknives.com.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
This lightning round is brought to you by Magnet Designs, and we've got a review in a few minutes about one of their game-changing pieces of gear. All right, my friend, so I think you know the rules. So you have to answer as many questions as you can, and the first question, or the timer starts right after I ask the first question or give you the first prompt.
Okay.
And so
you better think of some more. I'm going to try to hit 10, even break 10. That's my goal, but we'll see. Pride comes before a fall.
If you get far enough, like I'm going to have to come up with some on the spot, because I don't think I've got even 10 prepped. So let's find out. All right, here we go. What is Canada the best at?
Making maple syrup.
A gear company you no longer trust.
Teton.
Best place to go backpacking.
Banff. No, Kananaskis.
What percent of Canadians believe aliens are real?
Too high, probably 10%.
Same question for Bigfoot.
Oh, that's probably like 30%.
Favorite trail snack?
M&M's, peanuts.
Least favorite school subject?
That's tough. Probably English.
How tall are you?
5'11".
How many times a day do you brush your teeth?
Once, only once.
What is your least favorite kind of food?
Least favorite? Something bland.
Something you wish did not exist.
Homework.
What is your time?
Okay, how many?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think you get hit 12, my friend. 12 questions. 12. Some of them are kind of general answers.
I know.
Like,
I was
bland, like whatever that is.
What? Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's my least favorite kind of food? I love all food. I just it was
mushrooms?
I honestly was like, no, I love mushrooms. I like it. There's very few things that I don't love other than like if it's like, bland and mushy.
Okay.
Except for mashed potatoes. I love those.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see here. So Canadians aren't big believers in aliens or Bigfoot, it looks like. And then you had nothing really interesting. A lot of just like answer as fast as I can questions, but you had, except for the gear company one, you don't trust Teton anymore.
Oh, yeah, I know. I said that and then I regretted it. I think here's what I mean. I'm going to defend that.
Okay.
When I first got backpacking, like their sleeping bag was one of my first sleeping bags. I was really into their gear. So like top of their list, it was affordable. It was something I was really interested in. But as my journey's gone on, I would look less and less towards their gear as exceptional gear. Still great gear for a beginner.
It's not supposed to be exceptional.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, it was just the first thing, like which gear brand has lost reputation, I guess is how I kind of took it in my head. I don't hold it as high as I once did because I've changed, not necessarily because they've changed. Good brand.
They're entry level gear, which is fine.
I mean, what answer you? How about you? What's a gear brand that you don't trust that you like once did? That's the key, is you don't trust anymore.
Right. That I once did. Yeah, that's a hard question.
Exactly.
So like that would probably take a few seconds for me to process through. And a company that I don't fully trust would be, it's like I'd probably go with Big Agnes with their pads specifically. I've heard too many negative things about pad blowouts like early on.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And then to be honest, REI with their tent prices.
Like I said, it's a tough question. So I was like, I kind of just went off, but nothing against Teton. They're great brand, great business. I don't want to make any enemies.
Right. But I've got controversial takes with very little evidence about tent price stuff. But I do know I have a lot of experience with REI tents and like a lot. And they wear out the fastest out of any tents I've used. So, okay. So, all right, man. Well, you made it through, and you're likely at this point, like we're coming to the end here of the season. You're likely going to be the champion
of all time,
the lightning round, the lightning champion. So we'll just use you as a standard moving forward. Like,
yes,
the best we've ever had, or at least the best in 2025 was Jesse. I think somebody got 12 in 2024. I think I got to go back and listen, but nobody's gotten more than that for sure. So, all right, we got a new review on the Bend Alpha 90 hoodie right here. And this is something that was sent to me by Mad Designs, full disclosure. And so, they do have like versions that come in like the non-hoodie version. So are you familiar with the Alpha 90 fabric?
I am. Yep. Okay.
Because it's not super new, but it's new to me and it's very comfortable and it fits great. I'm going to put a review video out on socials and on YouTube here in a little bit, but this is something that I am super excited to have because this is something that replaces my mid layer, and because it cinches down, it can replace like a beanie, or if you're somebody who uses a buff in your sack. So because of how the hoodie fits me. So for me, depending upon where I'm going, this can replace 2 items in my backpack. So if I'm going like this summer, we're going to go into the Sierras, like I'm going to bring this and I'm going to skip a thicker Torrid, and I'm going to be saving about 4 to 5 ounces on this because these weigh in at about 4 to 5 ounces by themselves, and the Torrids double that, not to mention if I have a beanie with me.
You're going to use it to replace the Torrid?
Yeah, because I wouldn't bring the Torrid on that type of trip. But I want something.
Something. Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. So it's not so much to replace the Torrid as it is you're going to bring it. You didn't want to bring the Torrid. You just wanted something warm, and you feel like this is a good happy medium.
Well, if all I have is a Torrid, I'm bringing the Torrid.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Okay, I got what you're saying. So it's not
so,
like.
But if I have something lighter weight that can do the job because I'm not going to Banff, then it's going to do that job. So that's a good clarification. We've gone over things like, how many outfits do you bring and things like that. And so I don't know how you feel about this, but so I would wear this to bed, take my backpacking shirt off and wear this to bed. Would I wear like a jacket to bed without a shirt on? Would you wear a jacket without a shirt?
I have.
I have too. Is it comfortable?
No. Well, I still think I wear my shirt, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like a weird feel, right? And so this kind of just works as almost like it could work as your nighttime shirt and your early morning or your late evening hiking shirt as well, because it's got the long sleeves, it's got the hood, and so if it's cooler outside in the morning or in the evening, it solves that problem. So the fabric's breathable, hydrophobic, and quick drying. And I found all those things to be true when I tested them out. And it's not meant to be a wind blocker. So if if it's like a cool windy day, or if like Jesse, if you're just like super fast on the trail, and you're generating the wind, then it can cut through. That's when you want to have like a proper, like a rain jacket or something like that. Yeah. So you need a shell. But anyway, so I recommend it, and for me it solves a lot of problems, and it can light my pack. So those are, like, I don't know, kind of hits a home run in that regard.
Yeah, Alpha 90 fabric is really impressive, and it's got a lot of great benefits and super light. So I am excited to hear even more and see you out on the trail with it. And maybe one day send me one of those, just saying.
Or maybe come backpacking out here, and then I'll just give it to you, and we won't pay the tariffs. How about that?
You should just come back to Canada, and you can freeze up here.
Probably will come back to Canada, because I do love
I'll make you walk through some more rivers.
Okay, I would make one change. This is like such a nitpick right here. So this is the front of it right here, and you can see, in order to save weight, there's no markings or logos on here. He does, because it's made by Magnet Designs, like there's a really small magnet label at the very bottom, but he's got a cool logo. And I like having the logos kind of just like right on the chest right there. And I know that's going to add weight. It's probably going to add costs to get to like sew an extra thing on there, but I don't know. I'm proud to wear his stuff. He's going to make some good stuff. So I wouldn't mind having the magnet logo right there. What do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, hey, I love supporting brands, and I love when I have a brand that maybe not everybody knows about, and I've got the logo on, and people are like, oh, what's that? Yeah, I love it.
All right, so that's our review, and like I said, I'll put a video out about that. We've got, speaking of reviews, we did get another review on Apple Podcasts, and we haven't been getting as many of those recently, so we really value these, and we would love it. We're happy to read this on the show, and we'll send you some limited edition Backpacking Blister stickers if you use some of your mailing address. This one is from a Forest Fairy 5. I look forward to every new show. Great content. Super simple and encouraging, and we appreciate it. So send us your address, and we got some stickers coming your way. And you got anything else?
Am I allowed to update my review of the show?
Is yours on there?
Because I left one like years ago. So like I want to update my review.
To get stickers?
Well, hey, that villain Jesse, he's a dashingly good-looking co-host. He should be on this show more often. And then I get some stickers, right? Like that's how this works.
If it updates the date that it's shown, but if you tell me it's on there, then I'll read it for you. I'll read it just for you.
Oh, great. That's what I want to hear.
Okay.
If you're going to read it, if I can make you read it, I can make it say anything.
We've read negative reviews, and then I even used to send out the stickers to people that left negative reviews, and I was like, I don't want to encourage discouragement. So anyway, I don't do that anymore, but 5-star reviews, definitely get the stickers. And this person, thankfully, Forest Fairy, thank you for doing that. All right. So anything else?
I'm done.
Thanks for tuning in. And remember, the latest luxury car now has an AI system called Alexis. Have a great week, and God bless.
I want to fly around the world.
B&B, it's Rock. Hey, I was going to have Jennifer speak, but we're at a cabin, but she's still at the cabin, and I'm taking the boys sledding and stuff because we're up in the mountains, and it's pretty awesome. So I am not going to have her speak because she's not here. But I've got two other dudes that are going to speak to something, and that is we're going to talk about luxury items. First up is Logan Brown. Logan.
I'll have to go with the Bible.
Now it's Hudson, me. I bring s'mores.
There you have it. Logan Brown, Bible. Hudson Brown, s'mores. My luxury item would definitely, one, be Jesus. Go ahead and make fun of that if you want, but he's already everywhere that we are. Just, being with him wherever you go. Number one luxury item ever. He's the best. And I've had plenty of people laugh at that and say that I'm being holier than thou. Whatever. Most people are way more holier than thou than I am over the dumbest of things. So Jesus is number one luxury item. Number two, a chair. When I get to the end of a backpacking day, nothing better to do than sit down on something, right? What I like to sit down on anymore is a chair. Used to be good on rocks and trees and stumps and all that stuff. Chair, big time luxury item, really good for the bones. And then third, still haven't been able to pull this one off yet because I'm not as cool as many of you out there. But I'd say the other big luxury item, some type of nice, big, fat, juicy steak. Not just for me, but for everybody. Probably be able to pull that off when I'm retired. Give me another 13 years on that and it'll happen. Love you, P&P.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.